We understand that our clients come from diverse backgrounds, from anywhere from somebody who works a hard day in the steel mills of Pennsylvania to folks that work in the office towers of New York, to people who work in service industries on the West Coast. And we understand that they bring to us something different. However, they also have something in common, and what they have in common is they want something better for their lives. And that is something that each of us understand. And that's something that we want to help them achieve. One of the great things about Lexington Law Firm is we follow the advice of the American Bar Association. And what it is to provide legal services to those that traditionally cannot afford them. And I would say, Lexington Law Firm, number one, is affordable. And number two, there are laws that have been enacted to protect you. There is a misconception in our society that credit bureaus have some sort of governmental authority over our lives. They don't. They're for-profit businesses. Businesses that use your information to trade with other businesses in order to make their living. They, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, hold a lot of power over your lives. With this in mind, there needs to be a check or a balance to what they're doing in our society. And that's where Lexington Law Firm comes in. The question of whether repairing your credit or correcting errors on your credit report is legal or illegal is one that is presented to me on a regular basis. Once and for all, I'd like to say it is legal. You can dispute items on your credit report. You can dispute them if they're misleading. You can dispute them if they're inaccurate. And finally, if you want them to be verified, you can dispute these items on your credit report. Well, certainly one can try to correct their credit on their own or send dispute letters on their behalf. However, at Lexington Law Firm, we have a true and tried method. It's something that we have worked on for years now. Also, we bring an element of convenience. I understand that life is busy, especially if you have a family, with work, with other obligations in the community. Where do you find the time to do it? That's where Lexington comes in, and this is where we can help. You should expect premium service from Lexington Law Firm, understanding from our staff and from our attorneys, professionalism, prompt answers, and always somebody there at your side helping you get through the situation that you're in. That's what you can expect. I'd like to say a little bit about the paralegals that I work with. First off, when I stand in front of my paralegals, I see nothing but greatness. These are people who are dedicated professionals, dedicated to customer service and to improving on their craft and their trade. They are always willing to learn, and the most important thing that they do is they are always willing to listen to the problems that our clients may have and to help find solutions to those problems. Years ago, I was on a flight from a small western city into Salt Lake City, and the flight had a near miss with an aircraft in a connecting city, and it was something that I saw. As we were coming in for approach, the pilot made an evasive maneuver and pulled the stick back, and the airplane went into a steep angle so that we could climb from the problem. At that point, I knew that I wasn't in control, as the baggage fell from the front of the aircraft into the back of the aircraft where I was sitting. I think life is like that. There are those situations where we feel that we're not in control. The best feeling to me that day is when that aircraft put down in Salt Lake City. And that's what Lexington Law Firm can do. We can help you take that situation where you're out of control, put your life down somewhere where you're safe.